Here's today's headlines with the Fox Morning Show.
On 107.9, The Fox.
How's your weekend?
How was your weekend?
It was good.
But not nearly long enough.
Not long enough.
Not long enough.
Good news.
It's Monday morning.
What?
It's Monday. It's definitely Monday.
That's not good news.
That's not good news.
I mean, it's not terrible for a Monday.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Let's go to work.
It's showtime.
It is, and it's Monday.
Yeah.
Well, that was already covered, actually.
It is. And here it is. God dang it, that weekend wasn't long enough, was it?
It was nice, though.
Oh, that's just
what a
it.
great weekend.
Oh, I was out in the yard again yesterday.
We were getting so much stuff done.
Just doing stuff. It's just fun.
Yeah, not used to having nice, pleasant weather to get everything ready. Got Christmas lights going.
There you go.
Not that they're on, but ready to flip the switch.
They said it was going to be so windy yesterday, and for a part of it, I guess
Morning it was. It was cold. It was, we stayed inside, did stuff inside. It was chilly morning.
Yeah, I went out after the Vikings game and did stuff.
In a good mood.
Yeah, that's right. And it was beautiful out there. Not really any wind, nothing like that. So, all right, well, welcome to it. Here is another work week, and that Fox forecast is only getting better. Today, we're talking mid-50s.
Cherry tomorrow.
Tonight's overnight low in the 40s, and then tomorrow, pushing 60, man.
Man, that's awesome.
It's all right there for you.
Savor the flavor. It's not going to be like this forever, but still not bad.
No, not at all. So it's all there for you. That entire Fox forecast for your entire work week can be found at 1079thefox.com. We've got 30 at 6:04.
Here it is, Monday the 13th. Ooh. Happy November to you guys, and here's what's shaking in our corner of the globe. Sad to report, a fatal head-on collision was reported early this morning on Interstate 29, about 30 miles north of Fargo. State radio dispatched a call at 12:33 this morning for a wrong-way driver near mile marker 74. About 12:49 a.m., the truck was still northbound in the southbound lanes and struck a semi head-on. Truck came to rest on the outside shoulder of southbound Interstate 29 at mile marker 93, facing northwest. The semi, driven by a 28-year-old man and a 22-year-old male co-driver from Regina, Saskatchewan, came to rest in the median facing southeast. The driver of the truck, a 39-year-old Fargo man, was pronounced deceased on the scene. 2 men in the semi were uninjured. Fire crews yesterday evening battled a massive fire that engulfed a grain bin in Fergus Falls. Crews were called to the farmer's elevator just after 6:30 p.m. yesterday evening after cops several blocks away saw the fire. When crews arrived on scene, they saw flames engulfing a grain dryer unit and threatening to spread to the wood-constructed elevator. Firefighters were able to quickly put out the flames while battling intense smoke that caused authorities to order residents in the area to shelter in place for 2 hours. Fergus Falls was on scene for about 5 hours, clearing burnt debris from the grain dryer. Crews also responded from Elizabeth, Underwood, Dalton, Perham, and Breckenridge to assist with the fire, and they cleared the scene after about 2 hours. At the peak, there were about 90 firefighters on scene. Dang. A woman was transported to a hospital after her and her another motorcyclist, collided in Otter Tail County. Crash happened just after 3:20 yesterday afternoon near the intersection of Minnesota Highway 210 and County Road 29 near Fergus. According to the accident report, 2 motorcycles were traveling eastbound on Highway 210 when they hit each other. One of the motorcyclists, 64-year-old Sandra Saylor of Alexandria, suffered non-life-threatening injuries and was transported to Lake Region Hospital. The other motorcyclist did not report any injuries. The world population has passed 8 billion people.
Wow.
And yet the only one worth talking about is Taylor Swift. I scratch my head, man.
All those people and all we're talking about is one person.
That's all we can talk about. Yeah. 8 billion people.
Yeah. Yeah, what did she do over the weekend? Did you hear?
I didn't get the updates, did you?
Yeah, he did. I
really
couldn't
tried
believe
to.
it. ESPN gave me an alert about Taylor Swift. What?
ESPN.
ESPN did.
Be ashamed of yourself.
Oh, my God.
FedEx accidentally delivered $20,000 worth of scratch-off lottery tickets to a woman's home.
Ooh.
She's been asked to return the $17 that she won, plus the 3-game scratch.
Aw.
I know, right? Ridiculous. Hey, congratulations to Toy Hall of Fame inductees were baseball cards, Cabbage Patch Kids, and the Fisher-Price Corn Popper.
Oh.
In other words, all the crap you drop off of Goodwill, basically, is what it is. Hey,
Finally.
but you made it.
Yeah, finally made
There you
it.
go, big guy. Here's your news for right now.
All right, coming up this morning, just in time for the holidays, we want to fill your fridge with groceries from Cash-Wise Foods. Yeah, so make sure you're listening at 8:15. We've got a total of $1,000 in groceries that we're giving away, so that's pretty exciting. That all starts again this morning. Meanwhile, boy, it was a busy weekend in sports. Of course, the Vikings yesterday, the Bison back there on Saturday. We've got a couple of teams we got to give shout-outs to that won at the Dakota Bowl back there on Friday. We'll check that scoreboard for you next in sports.
6. Stepping up, Dobbs. Nothing downfield. Spinning away. Gets a block from Darisaw. Dobbs trying to shake his way to the end zone.
This kid. It was that play, Dave, when I texted you yesterday and said, now there's a Houdini move.
I didn't. Yep, and I didn't see it till about 3 hours later because
Okay.
I always wait an hour or two so I can burn through commercials.
Oh, shoot.
So I wasn't answering my phone. I
Okay.
wasn't looking at my phone.
I hope I didn't ruin it for you.
No, I didn't look at my phone. I heard it dinging. I'm like, damn it.
Yeah, boy,
Is that a good ding or a bad ding?
Right, yeah. What a Houdini move there for sure.
Total Houdini.
This kid, right? Josh Dobbs accounted for a total of 312 yards yesterday, a couple of touchdowns. Vikings win 27-19. Now, they kind of had to hold on there for the victory as the second half wasn't as exciting as the first half, but they did enough.
Change of hands on the other side.
That's for sure. But this kid arrived yesterday at U.S. Bank Stadium for the first time, didn't even know where the locker room was. They had to show him. The guy off the elevator, the first guy he saw off the elevator, pointed him in the right direction. You got to go down there.
And, of course, we're going to lose this guy to Mars in a couple of years, so that's great.
My son brought that up.
Yeah, that's just our luck.
That's what he said to me yesterday. He goes, Dad, our luck is going to be that this guy is going to take us deep into the playoffs, get all excited about it, and then come next season, he's going to go, I'm going to Mars.
NASA called. I got to go.
I got to go to Mars.
I got to think about a little red man from Mars.
Geez. But for now, we're living it. We're loving it. 5 wins in a row, 6 of the last 7. They're still there in the playoff hunt in the 7th seed. If they started the playoffs today, they'd be in the postseason. They got the Broncos up next on Sunday Night Football this coming weekend. The Broncos in action tonight on Monday Night Football against the Bills, so they'll be coming off a short week.
Yeah.
Just saying. Yeah. All right, other winners yesterday, starting with Sunday Night Football, the Raiders over the Jets, 16-12. The Lions edged out a win over the Chargers. That was a shootout, 41-38, the final there. Hey, Cody Mauch and the Bucks back in the win column, beating the Titans 20-6. The Steelers beat the Pack 23-19. Right? And the Texans topped the Bengals. We'll go through some of those with Sam's 3 quick picks to see how he did later this morning. Meanwhile, we'll be visiting with Sam about our Bison and that strong second half they had back there on Saturday with a 34-10 win over Southern Illinois. Really helping their chances of making the postseason by flexing their muscles. That was nice. And back there on Friday, congrats to Fargo North and Kindred for capturing state championships in high school football. How about that? Also yesterday, real quick, the Stars skated past our Wild 8-3. They're still off to a slow start, but our Wolves, one of the best teams in the NBA with a 116-110 win over the Warriors. That's your Fox Sports. Again, that Fox forecast today, beautiful. Like yesterday, sunshine and 50s. Tonight alone, the 40s, and then tomorrow, maybe 60. Check it out. It's all right there at 1079thefox.com. We've got 30 at 6:14.
Well, if you're a Vikings fan, you're good to go, or a Bison fan. But things you can do this morning so you're happier all day. This is mostly for Packer fans and that sort of thing.
I don't know if there's any hope for that.
All right, we'll talk about it coming up.
Now, here's the Fox Morning Show
on 107.9 The Fox.
All right, so here it is, another Monday. Here's some things you can do this morning so that you're happier the rest of today.
Well, that's always a good thing.
Right.
All right, so what is it?
Well, first off, they say that you should get screens out of your room. When you reach for your phone or TV remote first thing in the morning, you're letting the outside world dictate your mood.
That's a good point. It is. Other than, once I see how bad the weather is, my mood immediately takes a huge dump. So am I better off just being surprised as I go out the door?
They also say you should talk to yourself. It doesn't have to be out loud or anything, but talking to yourself and hyping yourself up can set you up for success.
Now, that's different than muttering to yourself, which is what I do all the time.
Kind of tell yourself some of those inspirational things that we were talking about last week when we were trying to get the cheer squad on board.
The Stuart Smalley stuff. You're good enough. People like you.
Yeah, like you've done this before. You're going to be great.
Don't screw this up, stupid.
And then after you've done that, they say talk to somebody else. It can be anyone you like, your spouse, your child, a friend, and it can be a phone call, a text, or if you have more time, meet up with them for coffee. All that before work.
It sets the tone for the day.
It does.
Yeah.
It does. Right?
Instead of letting outside influences, cloud your day right away.
Yeah.
Setting your mood. You set the mood yourself.
So, but who has that kind of time?
At least, I don't know, hopefully people that listen to this station, now they know better.
I'm usually barely getting here on time, much less making arrangements to meet up with somebody.
Yeah, I'm trying to get my head right on the way here, so...
By the way, if you're a friend of mine and I call you to meet before I go to work, remember, I got to be here by 5. So we need to be meeting by 4.
It's tough to be our friends, isn't it?
Sorry.
More calling Orson. Come in, Orson.
Now, here's the Fox Morning Show
with Nerd News.
Nanu.
On 107.9, The Fox.
Some nerd news, Dave.
Oh, that's always good. A little bit of science.
Let's give you some important news for your brain to get it going this morning. We'll start with brain news. Elon Musk's company, Neuralink, is ready to start testing its computer chip brain implants on humans. And thousands of people have already lined up to be the first guinea pigs for it.
Pass. That's a hard pass.
Right?
Yeah.
How about
that's first generation Arnold Schwarzenegger Terminators, T-100s right there or something, man.
Yeah. Yeah, you go, you brave souls. You step up. I'll see what happens. I'll wait in the wing. In health news, hey, gargling with salt water can lower your chances of being hospitalized for COVID.
Hey, salt water works for sore throats. That's been a home remedy in our house for a long time. You got a sore throat, warm hot water with some salt in there.
You bet.
You gargle on that. That does the trick.
How about that?
So that's good to know,
right?
I'm sure the hot saline does something with because you collect bacteria in your throat.
Yeah.
It helps clean it out.
And then finally, your phone. Right there. That thing, Dave. Your phone might be able to accurately tell you how drunk you are soon. Researchers are working on an app that can tell you how much you've had to drink by listening to you read tongue twisters out loud.
Oh, so they're not just going to blame it on my fat thumbs and I'm starting to slur my words as I type,
Well, now you got to say them out loud.
No, I understand. That's what I thought at first. They were going to judge me by the way I text.
Sure.
And usually it's fat thumbs that, it sounds like garble, I'm stroking out or something.
Great. We'll be listening to everybody sitting at the bar, reading out loud tongue twisters.
Oh, man, I could do that at home. The beer's cheaper.
That might turn into a fun drinking game in itself.
Absolutely. First one to get the ding off your phone
wins a round.
This is the Fox Morning Show.
Now trending. Now, here's what's trending on 107.9 The Fox.
Well, the 57th annual Turkey Fair took place in France over the weekend, Dave.
This is not a fair for turkeys, right? This is a fair celebrating turkeys, right?
Well,
Who has a pet turkey?
What everyone is talking about are the contestants that did their best sound to sound like a turkey
Okay.
in the annual turkey call competition.
Hey, you get some talent, man.
Wow.
I had a zipper incident once that I made it sound like that.
There was an array of different sounds.
Yeah, did I say talent? Some of those not so much. But there's some pretty good sounds in there. Can you do it?
Let's see. Which one? Because they all sounded so different.
Well, there's different turkeys, make different sounds, I suppose.
I guess when I think of a turkey, mine is more of just a gobble, 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 gobble.
We'll do a Spanish turkey. How do you think they'd sound?
El gobble, el gobble, el gobble.
That's South American.
I want to hear your turkey now.
They're all going to laugh at you.
That's official. We suck.
Hey, man, I don't make turkey sounds. I eat turkey sounds.
That's right.
How's your weekend?
How was your weekend?
It was good.
But not nearly long enough.
Not long enough.
Not long enough.
Good news.
It's Monday morning.
What?
It's Monday. It's definitely Monday.
That's not good news.
That's not good news.
I mean, it's not terrible for a Monday.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Let's go to work.
It's showtime.
Yeah. Well, you got to get done.
Yeah.
How are you going to get to a Friday if you don't start a Monday?
Right? Yeah.
Make the best of it.
Mm-hmm. And our Monday again's not too bad. I mean, it could be worse. We could be Packers fans.
Yeah, that's right. It could be snowing.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Speaking of the weather, it's just looking fantastic. If you liked yesterday, you're going to like today even more, and tomorrow even more. Yeah. That Fox forecast was sunshine and 50s today. Tonight, a low in the 40s. I mean, an overnight low in the 40s. And then tomorrow, 60. How about that? Check it out.
Oof.
The rest of your work week forecast anytime at 1079thefox.com. We got 27 at 7:01.
On Monday, the 13th of November, here's what's shaking in our corner of the globe. Sad to report there was a fatal head-on collision reported this morning on I-29 about 30 miles north of Fargo. State radio dispatched that it was a wrong-way driver near a mile marker 74. Well, at about 12:49 a.m. this morning, the truck was still northbound in the southbound lane, struck a semi head-on. Truck came to rest on the outside shoulder of a southbound Interstate 29 at mile marker 93, facing northwest. The semi, driven by a 28-year-old man and a 22-year-old male co-driver from Regina, Saskatchewan, Canada, came to rest in the median facing southeast. The driver of the truck, a 39-year-old Fargo man, was pronounced deceased on the scene. The two men in the semi were uninjured. Meanwhile, fire crews on Sunday evening battled a massive fire that engulfed a grain bin in Fergus. Crews were called to the farmer's elevator just after 6:30 yesterday evening after cops several blocks away saw the fire. When crews arrived on scene, they saw flames engulfing a grain dryer unit and threatening to spread to the wood-constructed elevator. Firefighters were able to quickly put out the flames while battling intense smoke that caused authorities to order residents in the area to shelter in place for 2 hours. A woman was transported to a hospital after her and another motorcyclist collided in Ottertail County. Crash happened just after 3:20 yesterday afternoon near the intersection of Minnesota Highway 210 and County Road 29 near Fergus. According to the accident report, two motorcycles were traveling eastbound on Highway 210 when they hit each other. One of the motorcyclists, 64-year-old Sandra Saylor of Alexandria, suffered non-life-threatening injuries and was transported to Lake Regional Hospital. The other motorcyclist, no injuries were reported. So lucky day. Shoplifters don't care about picture frames, I guess. A CVS in D.C. had to put its toilet paper behind lock and key.
What?
And photos are going viral because they replace the actual products with framed photos of toilet paper instead. This is the good stuff. You got to ask for it at the counter.
Yes.
This is the good stuff.
Wow.
National Toy Hall of Fame announced its new inductees.
Yeah.
Congratulations, baseball cards.
Okay.
Cabbage Patch Kids, the Fisher-Price Corn Popper, Nerf,
The Nerf.
Nerf finally made it in. Still not making it in the trash can lid. Hey, it's Captain Crunch. I mean, America. The Rock says there's a lot about politics that he hates. For the record, here's some other things The Rock hates. Shirts, any food smaller than his fist, and movies with plots.
Okay.
Alec Baldwin made a brief cameo appearance on SNL Saturday night.
Okay,
There were no survivors.
Oh, there wasn't? Okay,
No,
I missed that.
Sorry, everybody.
Yeah.
Jared Leto finally scaled the Empire State Building. We saw this Friday.
Yeah.
To promote his stupid new album.
A new album.
But when it comes to musicians getting high, nobody beats Snoop. Right? That's right.
Well, I'd like to have a smoke off between him and Ozzy. I mean, you know what I mean? Right?
You wouldn't see the winner. It'd just be too hazy in there. There's two guys in a hazy room. And that's your news for right now.
All right, headlines brought to you by Western State Bank. Western State Bank is your hometown bank in Fargo and West Fargo. Boy, we've got some exciting football news to talk about next in sports.
6. Stepping up, Dobbs. Nothing downfield. Spinning away. Gets a block from Darisaw. Dobbs trying to shake his way to the end zone.
Oh, man. That first half was so damn exciting.
Man.
I was like, what? Who are these guys, right?
Yep.
Oh, my God. And Josh
They're
Dobbs.
doing it.
I know. They're doing it. Josh Dobbs, again, accounted for over 300 total yards, 2 touchdowns in the Vikings victory, 27-19 over those Saints. And this guy still doesn't know everyone's name. He says about 80%. He knows about 80% of his teammates' names now.
He didn't even know where the bathrooms were, you said earlier.
Yeah, the locker room. They had to point him to the locker room when he showed up at the U.S. Bank Stadium for the first time yesterday. Down there, sir. Down there. Down the hallway.
Who's this hairless guy that's coming in here asking everybody stuff?
But they make it 5 wins in a row, 6 of the last 7. Sitting there in the 7th seed. It's just remarkable. And they're doing this again without Kirk Cousins, of course, without JJ.
Yeah, without a lot of our weapons.
Wow.
Man.
And I got the Broncos next. That'll be on Sunday Night Football this coming week. Meanwhile, the Broncos in action tonight against the Bills on Monday Night Football. Last night on Sunday Night Football, the Raiders beat the Jets 16-12. The Lions edged out the Chargers 41-38. No defense in that game.
Oof.
Cody Mauch and the Bucks back in the win column, beating the Titans 20-6. The Steelers stopped the Packers 23-19. And the Texans, believe it or not, with a rookie quarterback, topped the Bengals 30-27. So some surprises. We'll go over more of that with Sam's 3 quick picks in the NFL next hour. Exciting stuff. And then, of course, we'll talk to Sam during the Bison Blitz. That'll be after 8 as well, about that Bison victory back there on Saturday, 34-10 over Southern Illinois. What does that do for our postseason chances? Well, that'll be our top question of the morning for sure. Hey, back there on Friday, congrats to Fargo North and Kindred. Both schools capturing state championships.
That's a big fat deal. Way to go, Kindred.
And Fargo North. Last night, the Stars skated past our Wild 8-3, but the Wolves, they continue to flex their muscles. They whipped the Warriors 116-110. How about that? That's your Fox Sports. Fox forecast again, beautiful today with sunshine and 53 tonight alone, the 40s tomorrow, maybe 60, right around it. The rest of your work week forecast can be found at 1079thefox.com. We got 27 at 7:10.
All right, we got your weekend roundup. It's on the way.
Now, here's the Fox Morning Show.
With a weekend roundup. Giddy up, y'all. Kriya.
On 107.9, The Fox.
All right, it's our weekend roundup.
Get your boots and your stirrups and get ready. We're going to have a roundup.
Yeehaw. All right.
So, what'd you do over the weekend, man? Veterans Day weekend.
Yeah.
Boy, it was a beautiful weekend, too.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, I got out yesterday and did stuff in the yard again. I did notice my neighbor, he mowed. My yard and his yard are butted up against each other. Now it makes my grass look that much longer.
Now, when your grass is looking lush in April, I was going to say March, but let's be real. We're lucky if it's April.
That's right.
Yeah, because you cut it too short in the fall now, your roots are going to burn.
That's what
so
I
that's
think.
dumb, you idiot.
So I didn't mow.
Should have
but
yelled at him.
You're
an
idiot. Yeah, I got some stuff done, did some raking, stuff like that. So that was nice. It was so beautiful yesterday, late afternoon.
Yep, and that was basically our weekend, too. It was so darn nice out there. We got a bunch of stuff done outside that we wanted to on Friday, and we made a veteran friend of ours help, so that way we're celebrating Veterans Day.
Show the love.
So that was nice. Made him feel wanted and stuff, I'm kidding, Thumper. But yeah, no, we got some fun stuff done outside, wrapping up the haunt a little bit more, And then some stuff. It's so nice outside, we're able to do some inside stuff where we had to move stuff outside.
And this is where your veteran friend came in to play again?
No, that was just me and Marge. No. It would have been great to have a third person in there so we didn't bicker as we were doing stuff.
Oh, yeah.
You know how projects go.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
They always have a different idea than you. It doesn't matter what your idea is, theirs is different.
Yeah, and sometimes it's just good to walk away from the situation, and that's why you go to Menards 17 times on one project.
Just to cool off. Just to cool off. Really don't need anything here. I don't need any help.
It looks like I'm out of electrical tape.
So many different varieties of electrical tape.
No, we had a great weekend. Plus the Bison win, plus the Vikings win.
Oh, my God. Yeah, it was good.
The Packer loss. It was a tip-top weekend.
You're listening to the Fox Morning Show.
Coming up next, Dave's Deep Thought.
107.9 The Fox. And now it's time for Dave's Deep Thought with your radio pal, Dave Jacobs.
On 107.9 The Fox.
Having sex is like playing pinochle. If you don't have a good partner, you better have a good hand.
Dave's Deep Thought.
107.9 The Fox. Now, here's the Fox Morning Show.
On 107.9 The Fox.
Well, if you had a bad weekend, listen to what happened to this guy.
Uh-oh.
He was a used car salesman in New Mexico. He was test driving a customer's Mustang and got busted for doing 103 in a 45 zone.
What are you doing?
You're doing 103 miles an hour in a posted 45 mile an hour zone. Do you have your driver's license, registration, proof, insurance?
Yes, I apologize, sir. I'm doing a test drive right now for the customer. I am so sorry about that. I'm on my job. I'm sorry, bro. Here's my information right here.
Right now, you're under arrest for reckless driving.
I apologize, sir.
I don't care. Get out of the car. You're under arrest.
Can I call my boss to let him know?
In a little bit, but not right this moment, no.
Ooh, how do you break that to the boss?
Why, slowly and in pieces.
He should have thought about that before he put the pedal to the metal.
What are you doing, dummy? Especially in a 45.
Right.
There's probably a reason for that.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what are you doing driving a customer's car that fast? Right?
Yeah.
So what's the fastest you've ever gone?
I had a car that it did 115 and I buried the needle. And, so, just to see. There was nobody around. That's straight away. It was snowing. It wasn't snowing. It was in summertime. It was the only person I was going to hurt was me, But, if something... God forbid should happen. Stuff like that. It was in my mom's Cutlass, and another time I remember in my mom's Cutlass, I had my buddy Randy Simeon had his stupid Camaro, and he was like, we were doing 90 something, and it was on an upstate road, so it was not curvy, but it was hilly and stuff, but it was whatever, and he passed me, and both his hands are on his wheel, and I got one arm out the window. And his brother was in the car with him, and he was laughing when he saw him. Kind of one arm in it, doing the gangster lean, And I don't know. I'm not glorifying it.
No,
it was
right.
Just stupid.
We all do stupid stuff when we were
all
younger.
do stupid stuff.
We do smart stuff now.
Right.
Yeah.
We know better now.
How's your weekend?
How was your weekend?
It was good.
But not nearly long enough.
Not long enough.
Not long enough.
Good news.
It's Monday morning.
What?
It's Monday. It's definitely Monday.
That's not good news.
That's not good news.
I mean, it's not terrible for a Monday.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Let's go to work.
It's showtime.
I mean, it's not bad news.
No.
It's going to be a nice day.
Yeah. So, but when we have the days that we've been having here lately, like this last weekend.
You don't want to burn them at work.
No, that's just it. So, it does make it tougher, right? It makes it tougher to go back to work.
It does.
But nonetheless, we're coming in smiling because, of course, our team won yesterday, right?
And Saturday, too. The Bison, too. They
Saturday.
stepped up when they had to step up.
That does make it better. That's for sure. But this Fox forecast is fantastic with sunshine today, 53 for the high. Tonight, a low in the 40s. A low in the 40s.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, around 60. How about that? The rest of your work day forecast looks pretty dang good, too. Check it out for yourself. It's all right there at 1079thefox.com. 28 right now at 8:04.
Welcome to it. 13th day of November already. Here's what's shaking in our corner of the globe. Welcome to your Monday. Sad to report a fatal head-on collision reported early this morning on I-29 about 30 miles north of Fargo. State dispatch had a call 12:33 a.m. for a wrong-way driver near mile marker 74. About 12:50, the truck was still northbound in the southbound lane and struck a semi head-on. The semi, driven by a 28-year-old man and a 22-year-old male co-driver from Regina, came to rest in the median facing southeast. Driver of the truck, a 39-year-old Fargo man, pronounced deceased at the scene. The two men in the semi were uninjured. Fire crews yesterday evening battled a massive fire that engulfed a grain bin in Fergus Falls. Crews were called to the farmer's elevator just after 6:30 after police several blocks away saw the fire. When crews arrived on scene, they saw flames engulfing a grain dryer unit and threatening to spread to the wood-constructed elevator. Firefighters were able to quickly put out the flames while battling intense smoke that caused authorities to order residents in the area to shelter in place for 2 hours. Glad to hear they saved the structure.
Yeah.
A woman was transported to a hospital after her and another motorcyclist collided in Otter Tail County just after 3:20 yesterday afternoon in the intersection of Minnesota Highway 210 and County Road 29 near Fergus. According to the accident report, two bikes were traveling eastbound on Highway 10 when they hit each other. One of the motorcyclists, 64-year-old Sandra Saylor of Alexandria, suffered non-life-threatening injuries, transported to Lake Region Hospital. The other motorcyclist didn't report any injuries. National Toy Hall of Fame announced its new inductees. Congratulations to the Cabbage Patch Kids, baseball cards. Can't believe these guys aren't already in there.
Yeah.
The Fisher-Price Corn Popper and Nerf.
Loved my Nerf football back then.
All those things, man. Empty paper towel roll, still
Still not making it in.
not making it. Imagination.
Yeah.
A refrigerator box.
Right?
Right? That's a castle.
Mm-hmm.
Fort Dingbat. A fight broke out at the Museum of Tolerance in L.A.
Really?
At the Museum of Tolerance? What's next? Sobriety at a bowling alley?
Hey!
An Australian man fought off a crocodile attack by biting back.
Oh.
Police believe alcohol was involved because Australia. A dude in California bought a bunch of gold bars in a back alley from a guy driving an old Honda Civic. He was shocked to learn the gold bars were fake.
Shut up!
He paid $21,000 for them.
What?
Oh, here comes the Civic now. Sesame Street just turned 54. It's the only thing on TV over 50 that doesn't use Botox. And finally, the nominations for the Grammys are out. But you know, with the new Rolling Stone albums and Beatles song.
Yeah.
All anybody's talking about is the Grampies, right? That's what we need to have. I hope they clean house this year. That's your news for now.
Yeah, I hope it's not Swifty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's enough.
Yeah.
Get the bottle.
All right. Again, that Fox forecast beautiful today with sunshine and 53. It's 28 at 8:07. And coming up, we want to fill your fridge for the holidays with groceries from Cashwise Foods. We have your first keyword of the day for your chance to win here at 8:15. Your sports schedule for today next.
6. Stepping up, Dobbs. Nothing downfield. Spinning away. Gets a block from Darisaw. Dobbs trying to shake his way to the end zone.
Yeah. Again, a Houdini-like move again for this kid. Joshua Dobbs.
I tell you, he's an escape artist.
He is. Accounted for over 300 yards total with 2 TDs in the Vikings' victory yesterday, 27-19 over the Saints. Again, he only knows like 80% of the team names now.
Where's the bathroom again?
Right? Exactly. He had to be told where the locker room was when he got off the elevator at U.S. Bank Stadium yesterday morning. So the Vikings making 5 wins in a row, 6 of the last 7. Officially the hottest team in football because the Jags lost yesterday. They had a 5-game win streak going, so that was ended. Meanwhile, the Vikings pick up their 5th straight. And they got the Broncos next on Sunday Night Football. The Broncos will be in action tonight on Monday Night Football against the Bills. On Sunday Night Football last night, the Raiders over the Jets 16-12. Meanwhile, the Lions, we didn't make up any ground on them. They edged out the Chargers 41-38.
Man, that was a
shootout.
Slugfest.
Yeah. No defense in that game.
Not really.
Tony Malkin, the Bucks bounced back and beat the Titans 20-6. And let's see. The Steelers stopped the Packers 23-19. Don't want to miss that. And then the Texans, how about them? Topping the Bengals 30-27. We'll go over all that and more with Sam's 3 quick picks in the NFL. That's coming up here shortly. Also, we'll be talking to Sam during the Bison Blitz about our Bison football team back there on Saturday with a strong second half to stop Southern Illinois. 34-10 your final back there on Saturday. That was a nice win. We'll have to ask Sam about the playoff scenarios, at least at this point, what he thinks. And, hey, back there on Friday, congrats to Fargo North and Kindred, both picking up state championships in high school football.
Yeah, way to go, you guys.
Last night, the Stars skated past our Wild 8-3. The Wild still played sluggish. Meanwhile, the Wolves, one of the best teams in the NBA, they whipped the Warriors yesterday, 116-110. Nice. That's your Fox Sports. That Fox forecast again, sunshine in 50s. Tonight, 40s. Tomorrow, maybe 60. It's 28 now at 8:13.
And we want to fill your fridge for the holidays with groceries from Cashwise Foods. We got a $250 gift card coming up on Friday. Your first keyword coming up next.
The Bison Blitz is on. Sam Niederman,
I'm ready.
The voice of the Bison.
Horns up, go Bison, baby.
Joins the Fox Morning Show to talk Bison football. Presented by Pendleton Whiskey at 107.9 The Fox.
Sam Niederman, voice of the Bison, 1660, you bet. Rock solid.
How we doing,
Sam.
guys?
Rock solid.
Rock solid indeed. Good morning, guys.
Horns up, huh? How about that back there on Saturday? Now, it took a strong second half, and it was nice to see some of these guys have success, especially a couple of seniors on both sides of the ball. Tamarick Williams on the offensive side of the ball, right? And Jake Cava on the defensive side, both maybe playing their final games inside the Fargo Dome?
Well, guys, it was the most complete game that NDSU's had this year. And better late than never. That's what Coach N said after the game. It's good to see it finally come together. All 3 phases did a good job. Offense and defense in particular. Special teams, you had the one muff punt. But, other than that, it was a clean game, made all their kicks. And, yeah, like I said, Moose, Tamarick Williams, Jake Cava, 2 guys who that's going to be their final regular season home game of the Dome. I have a feeling the Bison probably get a postseason game at home, given the win. I think they're in good shape to make the postseason now. Where they play and when they play still remains to be seen, just based on how this week goes against Northern Iowa.
Right.
But, great job by the seniors.
They came together at a time when they needed to. It was either do or die. Either poop or get off the pot,
It was, Dave. Yeah, it was basically a win-or-go-home mentality. And that's what the guys said after the game. That was the approach they took during the week. They said, hey, these are postseason games, playoffs start now, right?
Yeah.
And I think that was the right mindset to take. It created some urgency that needed to be there, and they delivered, right? They were going up against one of the better defenses in the country, a really good rush defense, and they put up tons of rushing yards on them, which was great to see. And then in the second half, that was the best NDSU's defense has played all year.
That was good.
Hands down.
Just refreshing. It was great to see.
That was nice. So I want you to look into that crystal ball of yours, Sam. I want you to predict what you think is going to happen in the postseason for us. What do you think the number one scenario would be?
Well, so a lot of it all hinges on this weekend at Northern Iowa. You got the Bison sitting at 7-3 right now. And I think barring, unless there's an absolute disaster, I mean, there's no way NDSU doesn't make the field at this point, unless it just absolutely gets smoked at Northern Iowa and, maybe UND falters, and maybe some of the other teams that have beaten them end up taking hits, and then that kind of clogs up the bubble, and all of a sudden you've got too many teams that are head-to-head against you. But I just can't see that happening. I think 7 wins will be enough for an NDSU Bison team to get into the postseason. Now, if you win, you potentially get a seed. And that is huge because that means you get the first-round bye in the postseason, which is what NDSU is accustomed to.
Right.
It looked like that might have been out of the cards a couple weeks ago, but now it's very much in play. They're going to need a couple of results to shake out, but there are probably going to be 2 last spots in that top 8, those top 8 seeds that get the first-round bye. And NDSU will be in the conversation for one of them if they get the win, which would be huge, right? You're already one step closer to your ultimate goal against Frisco. You're going to get a playoff game at home, probably no matter what. And then you just kind of hope that you get the good draw. And this team, when we saw the way they played on Saturday, they're capable of beating many teams.
That's right.
And being competitive with any team. So they're going to need to continue that level of play from here on out. And if that's the case, then, hey, buckle up. I think we're all along for the ride.
I am. I'll sign up for that. You bet. And, man, also exciting, our Vikings. How about them? We'll come back and go over Sam's 3 quick picks in the NFL.
Now, here's the Fox Morning Show
with Sam's 3 quick picks
on 107.9 The Fox.
All right, let's get into it. Sam's 3 quick picks in the NFL. Another 2-1 weekend, man. We are making more money. Make it rain in here.
Hey, 2-1. I've got to get to a 3-0, though. I mean, I love that we're winning. I love that we're up. But we got to try and continue to improve here. I don't know if we've had a 3-0 week since we needed one to, stay afloat, right? I think it was a few weeks ago when we were 3 down.
Yeah, I think you had one 3-0 weekend a few weeks back. But overall record, man, 19-11 now. The one you lost was your lock, which was Cody Mauch and the Bucks did beat the Titans, and you had the Titans over the Bucks. So
the hell were you thinking?
That's your one loss.
That was a silly pick. I felt like I was in a funky mood, thought I would try and get something to stick there, and ultimately, I thought Levis and the Titans might have a chance, but they ultimately did it. And I'm eating my words for it. So I'm happy that Cody and the Bucks won. Good for them. They needed it too, trying to bounce back. But hey, we got the other 2. And hey, how about your guys, the Vikings? Right? What an incredible run this has been. I can't believe they won 5 in a row now.
5 in a row, 6 of the last 7. 7 seed currently in the playoff picture, which is still a lot of games to be played. But you got that correct. You got the Vikings over the Saints. And you also made us some extra money because you got the upset pick right. That always makes more money than any of them.
Right.
That's the thing. And you know what? I think my upsets have been good. And Texans beating the Bengals, I mean, that was incredible. C.J. Stroud is on fire right now. The Texans are on an incredible run.
Yeah. You called it, man. You called it. You got it.
Yeah. That was great. That was awesome. I mean, so here we are. I mean, this is a great time of the NFL season. It is somewhat, you do get some of these games where it ends up being, 13-6. It's November, and the defenses know what the offense is going to do, and the word is out, right? But at the same time, we get a lot of guys who are in the mix to make the postseason, so that's why we love it.
Awesome. I know you got a plane to catch because we're going to get some more men's basketball this week.
Yeah, we're going to Montana. We're flying out here in just a smidgen. And we're going to be playing a couple of games out in Montana. I'm so excited for Bison Nation to tune in. It's a great Bison basketball team. They're 2-1 right now. We lost on Saturday. Creighton's a top 10 team, but surely a great test and a good measuring stick to see where we stack up early in the year. And we've got UC Davis tomorrow at, what is it going to be? I think it's going to be 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock Central. I might have to look at the calendar again. It's 3 o'clock Central, if I'm not mistaken. The Mountain Time is what gets me. And then 9 o'clock Central Thursday night, we play the Grizz out in Montana. So it'll be a loaded week.
Yeah, we'll have that game right here on your Bison Nation station. So careful. Sorry, you have to go to Montana.
You watch yourself, pal.
It'll be my first time there, actually. So excited for that.
Awesome. All right.
Don't drink the water.
I'll be careful. I'll be careful.
Runs to the Bison 1660. You bet.
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.